I feel I trust her and I am being trusted by her.
I feel like I'm more relaxed when I'm dancing with him, so I can be myself, so I can really enjoy the moment on stage, and that trust he said is there definitely for us, and it's very special.
Welcome to Separate Bathrooms, a podcast all about relationships, and this is my husband.
Yeah, we had a shot at this already. And I started it and Alison just didn't talk because I think I used all the words in the room.
Right.
So this is me. My name's Daddo. And as Al said, this is Separate Bathrooms. I'm using all the words again. What's going on?
I'm not sure.
I've got a busy day.
Yeah.
I'm having a busy day.
Yeah, indeed.
We've got a fabulous couple coming into the bathroom today.
Yes, very
They work
excited.
together. Not in your usual profession. They are professional dancers.
Yes. Chen and Ako are both principal artists in the Australian Ballet. That is, Ako Kondo and Chengwu Guo are both principal artists in the Australian Ballet. They have danced together. If you've ever seen the Australian Ballet in the last 10 years or so, you have definitely seen them dance. They are spectacular, and they have fallen in love, and they are married, and we've got them in the bathroom to share a little bit about their history, and it's a really lovely one.
Let's welcome them in. Welcome, Arko and Chen, to the bathroom. You guys are in Melbourne.
Yes. We're in Melbourne.
First question, who do you barrack for?
Sorry?
Okay, so I grew up in Melbourne.
Yes.
And the first question most people ask in Melbourne is, who do you barrack for? Meaning,
What
who's your
footy
football
team? Who's your footy
Oh,
team?
see, you can tell we're not from Australia, Melbourne.
We're not. No,
We're like, what?
we don't really follow football. Sorry, but yeah, we hear it a lot.
Yeah, you would
Yes.
hear it a lot.
Yeah,
We
you see the
definitely not
colours.
followers.
Yeah,
That's right. People dressed in their colours on the weekend. And barrack is a very Australian term. You don't hear barrack a lot. Who do you barrack for? It's quite an unusual term. You don't say that in America either.
No, you don't hear it in America,
Barrack.
but I don't think you hear barrack anywhere outside of Melbourne. Maybe they say it in South Australia and West Aussie, but it seems to me
really?
to be more an Australian football AFL term rather than a rugby or a rugby league term.
Oh.
I wonder. Anyway, Essendon is now your team.
okay.
You're selling us.
You say Kana Bombers. It's the red and black.
If anyone asks, that's right.
Hey, you guys, just run us through your history a bit. How did you meet?
So first time we met, we actually have a story, and this like we tell everyone. And but so in 2008, when I came to Australia, I joined the Australian Ballet School, and I was a student there. And he was already a company member in the Australian Ballet.
Oh.
So, but our building is obviously has a school and a company joined. So in the corridor, there's an opportunity that you can meet professional dancers and students bump into each other in the corridor, things like that. So there's no such a wall between the company and school. And there was a Japanese student 1 year above me. He was really nice to me. So I was chatting to him. He was basically explaining, in this ballet school, this is what you got to do, or the system and stuff like that. He was really helping me. And his best friend happened to be Chen.
I see.
And so he kind of walked to see his best friend to say hi. And then this Japanese guy said, oh, hi, this is Chen Ako. Like, this is my best friend. Like, and I was like, oh, hi, nice to meet you. Like, but, you know, I didn't have much English because when I came to Australia, I didn't have any English. So I just kind of said, hello, very shy. And you returned.
And then I said, "안녕하세요." Do you know what that is?
Well, is that? Well, I know. So I thought, what's mushi mushi?
안녕하세요.
Is actually hello in Korean.
Oh.
Oh,
So-
No, I didn't know what that was.
You got the
Yeah,
wrong culture.
Anyway, so he said "안녕하세요" to me, and I knew that was hello in Korean. So I was a bit like, "Oh, I'm Japanese. Why is he talking to
She
me?"
had exactly your face just then.
Yeah. Like that was my reaction. So I thought he was a stranger. I was like, why does he talk to me in Korean when he knows I'm Japanese? So that's how we met.
How we met.
The first impression wasn't that
great.
So Chen, why did you speak to her in Korean? Why did you not speak to her in Japanese?
Because I think if I spoke Korean to her at introduction, it's kind of gonna give her a real impression. Because, any guys, they know she's Japanese, so they will go, hi, ohayo, konnichiwa. Or I say Chinese, ni hao. All of that, we both understand it. That's our first language. So I chose something that's between us.
But still Asian.
And still we are able to understand to
Very good.
Introduce myself.
So is that like a secret thing for you guys now? You sort of drop into a little Korean when you don't want anyone to know what you're talking about?
Not really.
Yes, we dropped Japanese and a bit of Korean.
So how old were you both at the time that you met?
You were 18, weren't you?
No, I came here 16.
Yep.
And then you would have been 18 or something. But this is just we met, so we didn't really date or anything. Like he was just my elder, the superstar dancer for me. I just kind of look at him.
Alumni,
Yeah, so I was just kind of looking at him like, wow, he's amazing. He's in the company, and he is an amazing dancer. He was quite famous for big jumps and turns.
He is an amazing dancer.
I didn't feel that when I said 안녕하세요 to you though.
I was also shy. Didn't know what to say in English.
And at what point did you know that, okay, this is an actual relationship where we are in love now? How many years later did that feeling come across?
So 2 years later, I was luckily accepted into the company as well. So in my first year, I obviously had more opportunity to chat to him and talk to him and share our hobbies and knowledge and stuff. So it turned out that he actually likes the Japanese TV series, Japanese anime. So he was really into Japanese culture, food, and stuff like that. So then we start hanging out together, start going out for dinner together to introduce my favorite Japanese restaurants in Melbourne. And then he introduced me to the good Chinese restaurant because I love Chinese food as well. So we had a kind of stuff that we like a common stuff like that. So,
that's how we started.
That's how we start dating. Look, hanging out together more and more, and I think I fell in love with you first.
I mean, love is a broad word. It's you feel right. I just felt right, and you felt right. That's when we decided we're gonna make it, make it public, and we are serious.
I remember the day it was actually the Australian Ballet's 20th anniversary party. We were having a party, and after the party, we decided to be together and be a girlfriend and boyfriend.
That's right. 50th anniversary of the Australian Ballet that night.
That's a good milestone, isn't it?
That's so special. You've got a gorgeous engagement story, Chen. You were quite clever with your proposal. Can you share that with us as well?
Yes. To start with, I had to organize a ring. So I didn't want to get some sort of ring that she hates,
Good plan.
And but when I went to shopping by myself, I saw this heart diamond. I'm like, wow, that looks great. But I'm not sure if she's gonna like it, So I came home, I asked her, I'm like, darling, would you ever like a diamond like that is a love heart shape, for whatever reason, to have a ring? And she's like, oh my God, I would hate it.
Lucky you checked, mate.
That's smart. That's the moment I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad I didn't go for it. And so therefore I told her, I'm like, I'm thinking to get a ring made, for my friend in China or whatever. I just want you to come with me to check which style you like. And then we went to this shop. We went to many shops, and then she finally started telling me, oh, I like this shape, I like that shape, I like this style, I like that style. I'm like, okay, that's good. That's good that, if you know if you like it, Well, she obviously thinks those girls will like it, or whoever, my friend or whatever. Then I think she knows it was.
It was too obvious.
Yeah.
Yeah, right.
I was going to say, mate, of
Like, I
course
was like,
she is.
why would you give this kind of expensive ring to a friend when you haven't given me? So I knew that he was like doing it for me. So I was like, I think I like classic setting and the
Yes.
6 floors and like, everything.
Your friend is really going to like this ring.
Yeah, exactly.
It's got to look like a rock, basically.
Yes.
Don't give me any pebbles.
So after I found out what she likes, then I went to this jeweler that is based in Melbourne. Private business, like a home family business, not very big shop. I kind of got disappointed by all the big shops in Melbourne. They were not very good at selling things. So I went to this little private jeweler. I asked him, are you able to make it something like this? And I want this size of diamond, like for real, like real diamond, and blah blah blah. I need it to be certified, and blah blah blah. This guy just helped me from head to toe and told me all the details, knowledge, and organized me the ring. After like maybe 2 months, I got the ring and I finally had it with me. And I was like, oh my God, what do I do with this? It was like literally burning in my hand,
Yeah.
I just want to get rid of it now. I want to give her now. So I couldn't wait any longer. So I feel like I waited maybe 3 days.
Yeah, you waited probably.
Yeah,
3
so,
days.
so how,
You said, yeah.
how did you give the ring? What did you do?
Yeah, I waited 3 days. I finally go, well, I cannot let this thing burning in somewhere in my house anymore. I have to give it to her so that I will feel good. So that day I asked Ako, I said to her, do you feel like to go to Albert Park today with dogs? Because we have 2 doggies. and that day wasn't very good weather.
It was like
It was a Melbourne weather day.
But cloudy, the grey, and he is always the person that wants to stay when it's not a nice day, when there's no sun. He's like, let's not go anywhere, let's just chill. And that day, it wasn't a nice day. So when he said that, I was like, why? You hate going outside when it's not a nice day. And
she was like, no, I'm not going. I'm like, what? No, you have to come.
Yeah, if only she knew. You've got Frodo's ring in your pocket.
Yes. And finally I persuaded her. She said, okay, I'll come. She was like, not very willing to. But then we made it to Albert Park. And I had the ring with me in my pocket. But after we parked, we came out. Teddy got out of the car. And then Chalk was with me. So Ako took Teddy away. And then I was with Chalk. So Chalk is a bigger size. So he has a backpack. His backpack is a little bit bigger. So I could put this ring, snap the ring inside his like chest. So because it's a backpack, so it's like fully wrapped. It's kind of like harness. Yep. So I put it inside of his bag, and then I told him, I said, "Hey, go to mommy." Then he just start running towards Ako, and then by the time he got to Ako, somehow he stopped and the ring dropped. Wow. The box came out right in front of Ako, and so
well
Ako
done, Chuck.
I didn't pick up, but you pick it up.
Did I pick it up? Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So but then Ako saw that fall out. Did you see that coming?
Yes,
coming out?
It was perfect. He dropped it right in front of me.
He was right in on it. He was in on the whole screen.
Yeah,
he knew the whole situation. So I picked up the ring and I kneeled down and I opened it and then she's like,
"Propose me."
Yeah, that's the moment I proposed to her near the Albert Park, the lake.
Yep.
Yeah, it was a beautiful area. Luckily, it wasn't raining that moment.
It wasn't raining. No.
And luckily the Grand Prix wasn't going on, so you weren't run over by a racing
the background will be
and you weren't hit by a golf ball at the golf club.
Wow.
It was special Definitely, because our dogs, toy poodles, Ted and Chalk, were involved as well for the proposal. It felt very special. Nice day.
Yeah, I feel like the proposal and the engagement it's not about being like how special you get to be. It's about it's the feelings. I feel it's when you feel right. I mean, you feel it's time, and then you make the move.
Yes, well done, you.
Certainly did.
No,
With the help of a couple of poodles. Well done.
You two were married in Japan, and we've seen the photos that were in Vogue that are just absolutely spectacular. Obviously, two different cultures, Chen, you're Chinese, and Ako, Japanese. Was the wedding a traditional Japanese wedding, or did you combine some of the Chinese in there as well? How was that?
So, yes, our wedding was in Japan in 2018, January. But before that, in 2017, the beginning of the year, January, we both actually went to China, his hometown, to see all his family, because he is from China. Obviously, he's got massive family.
Yes.
Massive. So we couldn't get everyone come to Japan for the wedding.
Oh, okay.
So we decided to hold a reception in China for his family. So we did just a nice reception. We get everyone together. It wasn't really traditional.
It wasn't that traditional Chinese reception, but it wasn't too Western. Yeah.
No, it wasn't Western.
Yeah.
But so I got to meet his grandpas and his like all the auntie, uncles, and those people, his cousins.
And so many. And that was a little part of my family, and there were about 100 or something.
So,
wow, all family.
So we had that celebration as a Chinese wedding for us.
I see. Yep.
And then after that, the year after, we did the Japanese wedding in Japan, 2018. But that wedding was kind of combined with the Western and the Japanese style. So I still got to wear a white dress, and we were in church for the ceremony, and then went to a reception area, which is a bit more the Japanese setting. So we got changed into the kimono, and he was in the traditional hakama, the Japanese style. So for those wedding,
it was a dream come true for me, because I always loved the Japanese culture. Ever since I was a teenager, maybe 13, 14 onwards, when I was studying abroad in Beijing Dance Academy. That's where I picked up the Japanese culture. I always wanted to wear the real, authentic, traditional Japanese outfit for some serious moments, Yeah. And so this wedding was a dream come true for me. I had so many kimonos to choose. Hakama. To choose. So then I chose my favorite hakama for my wedding, and that was so special.
It was kind of special because I wanted to wear kimono for this special occasion, because I'd worn the kimono for my 20th ceremony, which is the traditional stuff to do in Japan when you turn 20 years old to celebrate adulthood. But when you're at the wedding, you get to wear a different kimono. It's a different style, a bit longer, heavier, more layers and stuff like that. So I definitely wanted to wear that. And when he said he wants to do wedding in Japan as well, so he gets to wear a hakama and be a samurai, things like that, I was really happy. And his parents also were happy with
very supportive.
Yeah, supportive with the decision that us doing the wedding, because I was a little bit worried they might be saying, oh, why don't you do it in China? Not why is it in Japan? But they were like, oh, we've never been to Japan. It'll be so exciting for us to go and celebrate with your family and friends. And so it was very special to have his parents' support as Chinese. And all our friends and family from Australia also flew to Japan to celebrate for us. So it was a big wedding and very special.
That was so special. Special.
Speaking of special, I just loved this little piece of information that I read. Our daughter's favorite film, she's now 26, but is Howl's Moving Castle.
Oh.
And you danced to the soundtrack, is that right, for your wedding dance?
We did. That was the soundtrack for First Dance, wasn't it?
Yeah, actually, funny enough, the House Moving Castle was the very beginning of me getting to know the Japanese culture.
Yes.
And that really got me into, wow, what is this? And I just start digging, House Moving Castle has always been my favorite music, ever. Still now, I still love it so much. And, when we met together, I asked her, do you like House Moving Castle? And she's like, I love it. And I said, do you love the music? She's like, oh, it's so fantastic, blah, blah. I'm like, oh, great. We're good. We're good. We're on the same page. So for wedding, we used it. So special.
Absolutely. Did you choreograph your wedding dance, or did you just allow your dancers' bodies to move to the music?
We choreographed a tiny bit, like beats and parts, like especially placement, I guess. But due to my back injury that time, and also the kimono and hakama I was wearing.
No, we were in dress.
Were we?
Yes.
Oh, you were in dress and suit.
Before we got changed.
Well, because I couldn't lift her that time. So we did, I still lift you tiny
once,
bit.
yeah,
once.
did.
So it wasn't fully choreographed, but we set up the spots, so we hit the spots. And it was spontaneous.
Hey, I mean, it sounds amazing. You just mentioned something. You had a sore back at the time. What keeps you dancing? Ballet is very challenging on the body, and clearly you've both been. Well, you started as little kids. You have to, right, to get to where you are today. You have to start that early. What keeps you going?
For me, is the challenge I face. I love it. And when you surpass that challenge and achieve something, then myself become a better dancer, better person, better artist. That feeling makes me want to keep going. And, in after hard work of rehearsals and like stuff like that, you go on stage, you hear the audience, they love it, they applaud to you, and then I'm on the center, get the spotlight. The reward feeling is the one makes me want to go back to the work again and work hard again to get there again and again and again. So it's either challenging or working hard or commitment or things like that. Of course, I had to miss lots of things when I was a teenager because I wanted to be a professional dancer. But I knew what I wanted to achieve, and then I had to be better to get there. So that feeling is the one that I need to keep doing this. I want to go back.
She's trying to say she's a perfectionist.
Yes. I'm not a perfectionist.
No, you are. Because ballet is it's a art form that requires perfection,
Yeah.
So therefore, people who like her have this mind, I will want to be like that. Then she will just keep working until she makes it happen. And, obviously goes through those challenges. For me, it's a little different. I feel I love challenges, but I'm good at this. I'm good at ballet. When I'm good at it, I want to share it with audience. Because ultimately, that's why we exist. In the past, I have got caught up. I want to prove that I'm a good dancer. I want to prove to the public. I want to prove to my company. I want to prove to the boss and ballet staff. But now, I'm very clear. There's nothing for us to prove except sharing what we are good at with people who want to see this. Right? Yeah, that keeps me going, and I'm not gonna let it go until I'm fully can't move anymore. So my back injury is actually a disc injury. It's a disc bulging, sacrum 1, lumbar 5. That area had a disc pressing on the nerve. Yeah, for 3 years' time, even now, I still feel the pain. Kind of feels like a knife going through my hamstring.
Yes.
Yeah, so that during my wedding, it was when it just happened, maybe 2 months, 3 months after. I could barely walk. I barely could walk. That's why the dance for our wedding was compromised.
How does it feel when you're up there together, dancing together?
feels amazing, feels trusted. I feel I trust her and I am being trusted by her.
Yeah, definitely. Like, I feel like I'm more relaxed when I'm dancing with him. So even like, I fall my period, the turns goes to the off and stuff like that. I know that he'll be there to fix me. Or like, if I don't take off properly for the lifts, I know he will still lift me even like I'm not helping him. He'll push me up into the sky for me. So I can be myself, so I can really enjoy the moment on stage, and that trust, he said, is there definitely for us, and it's very special.
That trust really creates good quality for the performance, wouldn't it? Because the audience can see when we are hesitating, when we're dancing. Instead of hesitating, we just push together and make everything the best, and however we rehearsed, we don't discount. We do exactly what we do. And I know what to expect with her when we are dancing together. So I know that some particular step she will go to that little one side. Then I will know, okay, it's coming, and I know how to fix it. That's what's so valuable for dancers' relationship.
Have you ever gone out onto the stage to do a performance when you haven't been getting along? Like, someone didn't make the tea properly or something and you're a little irritated with each other. Have you ever gone out there and done a performance like that? And what was that like?
That happens, but very rarely. Maybe only 1 or 2 shows.
Yeah.
One.
Maybe just even one.
She's very clear about that.
Arco remembers it.
I don't remember one.
We have to be professional.
Yes.
And this organization is a very professional organization. We're expected to do what we do, our work, and where other people are expected to do their job. So therefore, no matter this ballet, you like it or you don't like it, we have to provide our best quality. Yeah. So even though we were fighting that night, we still did the full-length ballet. We still provided the best outcome that we could.
Can I ask you something? Ali and I have done this podcast before where we've not been getting along prior to the podcast, but then we do the podcast, and by the end of the podcast, whatever the issue was, we seem to have worked through it and we get along well. Is that happen with you guys on stage where you like you said, you've had an issue, you've gone out there on stage and then suddenly you work it out on stage, or something happens, something transforms where you've been there for each other, you've shared something together and you've pushed through?
Absolutely. You are absolutely right. It's the emotion that we felt during the work that will push us even better. Say we're irritated, but that we can turn that into a positive energy to push the energy into our performance, which was also good.
Yeah. Fantastic.
Ako, you are the first Japanese female to become the Australian principal dancer for the Australian Ballet, which was an incredible achievement. How is that in your native country? Are the Japanese people very proud of you for that as well?
Definitely. I think when I got promoted, I got so many interviews from all those Japanese newspapers and stuff. I think there was one TV maybe interviewed me as well. But what made me proud is that since I became a Japanese principal dancer in this company, I know that there's so many young Japanese students in Japan who's dreaming to be coming to overseas, sees this company as an option. Like, I see this Japanese principal dancer dancing. Obviously, Japanese, the nationality is accepted in this country and everyone doesn't seem to care, doesn't really matter about where you're from. So I feel like I opened up the door for those young dancers who want to be here. So I think that's very special for me. And I sometimes actually get the messages on Instagram saying because of you, I would love to go to the Australian Ballet, or some students come and watch the gala in Japan and tell me that I would love to go to Australian Ballet. So it's very special for me to hear those words from those young dancers.
Yeah, absolutely. We've heard a rumor that there's something very special happening for the both of you.
Yes.
Would you like to share?
We can confirm that.
Yes. So in about less than 7 weeks time, we'll welcome a little baby into the world.
Yes.
So
That's
I'm
beautiful.
pregnant at the moment, and our first baby. We're very excited.
Congratulations. That's so exciting.
So what does that mean for the future, Arco? Like, and am I right? It's a boy?
It's a boy.
Yes.
Yes,
It's a
we are
boy?
having a boy.
So
Yes.
so after your son is born, will you whip yourself back into shape and get back on stage and dance again, or will you just wait and see?
So yes, at the moment my plan is to return to the stage. I think I just turned 31 and I feel I'm too young to retire.
Yes.
So I'm planning to come back to the stage, but you know, like I don't know what's going to happen with a baby, the son, and like, you know, raising a child. So nothing is promised. I'm not being like fixed on the returning to the stage.
Yep.
Just wait and see. But if everything goes smooth and fine, then I would love to come back to stage to dance with my husband again. I miss dancing with him.
Yeah, I miss dancing with you.
Chen, I'm sure it's a question that everyone is going to ask. Would you like him to follow you into the dance world?
Oh my God.
Have you ever thought about that?
Look, I think he might just born to be a ballet genius. But
Right?
Well, if he takes after you, mate, you both.
How could he not?
yeah, exactly. Look, I don't know. We have to let him choose.
Yeah,
Because
good answer.
even though, yes, we love our job, we love our ballet, but it doesn't mean he would. And we're not gonna intentionally, you know, like say, hey, do ballet. Look, this is Australia. There's so many choices for kids. I don't want them to be fixed on one thing. I want them to have, you know, very broad knowledge, and then choose what they want to do.
Yeah. We do something called the 2-minute shower on our podcast. It's just as shorter answers you possibly can. If it can be one word, great. But it's just we're just going to throw a series of quick questions at you to have quick answers. So we'll ask both of you. So what is your best quality?
Self-determination.
Lucky.
But you're lucky?
The reaction from two of them.
I love
That's
it.
awesome.
I love it. I love it.
That's
It's
awesome.
fantastic.
Who do you admire?
You.
What? Really? That's too simple.
But it's true. I admire you. I get inspired and I respect you a lot.
I admire Lee a lot. Lee Kun-shin.
Fantastic.
I don't know who that is.
Oh, he's the Mao's Last Dancer.
The author.
The real Mao's Last Dancer.
Okay.
Yes.
He's a fantastic person.
What does your perfect day look like?
When I get to tick off the things that I wanted to do. When my to-do list is done.
Yeah, she has a to-do list. Yeah. That's me, my perfect day is, what would it be?
Sleeping.
Sleep all day. Yeah. I love sleeping. Jokes. I do love a great sleeping in. Like my perfect day would be a sleeping in the morning and get up around 11, you know, and then grab our coat and grab the dogs, go out for a brunch, say like St. Ali cafe, or there's so many good cafes, you know, all over South Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yes.
South area.
Yep.
Go there and then have a nice meal, and then maybe we would go to dog park.
Yep.
Go to dog park or dog beach. You know, get the dogs running, and then we just sit down and chill and read some books or play some phones. And then after that, take them home, shower, Teddy and Choco, and then eat dinner, and then watch some movies. That's my perfect day.
Love it.
You know,
Okay, last question.
So good.
Describe your partner in one word.
She keeps me going.
One word.
It can be a sentence. We'll allow it. She keeps you going. I love that.
Okay.
Describe you, right?
Yep.
In one word.
In one word.
You are self-directed learner.
Perfectionist.
Now the truth comes out.
Definitely perfectionist. And I need like, you know, that kind of very organized person with me in my life.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, thank you both so much for spending time with us today. Ako and Chen, you guys are amazing. Good luck with the baby.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yes.
Just so grateful to talk to you both. It's been really lovely.
It's been lovely talking to you guys.
Yes,
You guys are
thank you
making
so
this so
much.
much fun.
I love talking with them. I want to be them.
I loved how confident he is in his delivery and who he is, what he stands for, his whole dance.
Yes.
And then subsequent to the interview, we found out that he was actually in the movie Mao's Last Dancer.
Yes, he plays Lee as a young dancer.
No wonder they have a relationship, those guys.
Absolutely. What a history to have, you know, to dance the way that they dance together, you know, Ako and Chen, and it will be really interesting to see where their son ends up going. Chances are I'd say he's heading into the world of dance, but I love that they're also allowing him to choose that world for himself.
Yeah.
It's
Well, if he stays in Melbourne, he's got 85% chance of playing AFL.
I don't
And he'll be really good.
85%.
And I've already
I think that's your dreams. My dream was ballet. Your dreams is footy.
Yeah, and it's, you know, Essendon are already thanking me for this kid now. 18 years on,
Sure.
they'll be going, where's Daddo?
Yeah.
You know, because
for
he
sure.
brought us
He made
to
it
this
all
kid.
happen.
I did.
All right.
Thank you, listener, for being with us today. It's been it's fantastic. It was a lovely listen.
We do hope you enjoyed that listen, and join us next time on Separate Bathrooms.